Yeah, more like the new bet call for sure. But it's like elves would much rather splash white than blue, which I think is also like a really big deal in the deck. Yeah, it's like I mean being able to flash it back I think is pretty relevant. And then elves would much rather splash white than blue, which I think are both like very big upgrades over bet call. Tried this deck last night and mostly unimpressed with Counterspell. I mean, I trophied my I played one league last night and I trophied with it. Um, and I've been liking the Counterspell. I think it plays pretty well with Mending in theory, right? Where you get to have Mending plus Counterspell up. And that was also like I found that to be true in practice as well. Right, if everyone gets bonkers, we cast a flashback. Well, that does sound pretty good. Let's go play against Rhinos. Is Drowned Lock not a good match? I mean, you could main deck it. I just don't like when I first built the deck. I know I had main deck. I know I had main deck Drown, but I think that like it was only like good in the main deck specifically in that one like week of the metagame. I don't think it's just like always on like it was that for that 1 week. It could be on enough to still want it, but that's my opinion at the moment. Yeah, Mending is really good. That's definitely been my experience too. Thought someone Snapcaster for gifts. The thing is, like, Mending just makes your gifts so good. Like, Mending is just so good in your gifts piles. I don't think you need the Snapcaster. I think I had a one of Snapcaster in the list. I posted the channel Fireball, but I decided to cut it. Dude, my opponent's just got the worst Rhinos draw ever. General thought to having counterspells and Chalice over the discard, having the unearthed sack creature. That this is better. I know that's it. Generally, I think that this is the better way to build the deck. I know that's kind of like a reductive way to talk about it, but I think Priest of Fell Rites is very weak. I found Priest of Fell Rites to be a very weak card. Chalice to be an excellent card in the metagame. Look, we're just casting it for 0 mana and winning. And Chalice plays very well with Mending being 2 mana, and you want to be playing Prismatic Ending anyways, and like you can loot away extra copies of Chalice too. Those are all my thoughts too, or some of my thoughts. So their graveyard hate is Endurance, which is kind of tough for us. That's probably the best graveyard hate against us because we have like answers to other forms, and it's kind of hard for us to play around. I might bring in the Teferi. I want to cut the Prismatic Endings. I guess Teferi Time Raveler plays around Endurance pretty well. Can probably go down on the Gifts in the Second Rites. I've been liking the Second Rites a lot too. Like with the Mendings in the deck, you're pretty happy to draw the first copy I found. So I've been liking going up to a second copy. Why Vindicate and Sideboard, not mainboard? Because it's a sideboard card. It's good against big mana decks, and it's good against decks that you think have Leyline of the Void, but it's not a good main deck card. Roku, thank you for this Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. +2 Cavern, -2 Forest. Cavern of Souls is really bad with Rite of Harmony, right? It's like Rite of Harmony and Cavern is a big nombo. It's maybe less of a nombo than I think it is, but this is why I'm not playing Cavern, this card. I think the list is honestly pretty tight, at least the main deck. And then the sideboard's kind of all over the place. I'm really excited by Mark of Asylum. Prevent all non-combat damage. Non-combat damage will be dealt to creatures you control. I think this card's pretty good. No, we're playing Realmwalker and Rite of Harmony as our card advantage cards instead of Coco. Doll of Duty, 3 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna try Jeskai Phoenix too. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe a little bit later. Oh, this hand's cracked. Why no Sylvan Anthem? I mean, it's just kind of hard to fit all of these like non-creature cards into your Rite of Harmony deck, right? But you could play a Sylvan Anthem. What do you think? Yeah. I don't know. I really think that card that you brought up, I can't remember the name of it, JK. I think that card's pretty inconsistent. It's like it only being the top 4 cards makes it like really weak in my opinion. I think I'd rather them force the Chalice than force my Unmarked Grave. Put Ayasha in your Elves deck to go off with Korean Ranger. Okay, I don't know what Ayasha is. Ashaya? This card had better be good. Oh, Ashaya. Pretty cool. The Memory Deluge will see play. That's the new Fact or Fiction, right? Or the new 4-mana draw spell. We'll try it. We'll be trying it in Esper Reanimator, I think. Opponent's kept a couple of stinkers. I'm just gonna try to persist here. If they have a second Force of Negation or Endurance, good for them. I guess I could have tried to wait to draw 1 land, but I'm just gonna jam. Yeah. Alright, this hand's good enough to keep. I have to lead on Castle Vantress. Need the Mending to find us. Maybe a Black Source, maybe a Persist plus Black Source is the nuts. Basic Forest, Ignoble Hierarch. Could be Eldrazi, which is pretty good. Which Chalice is pretty good against. I think I'll just cast Mending though. We're going for Trophy Leader this season. I haven't like declared what my goals are exactly for the season yet, but I will be at some point. For today, I'm just trying to chill, you know. So it's Junsack, which is a deck, of course, that I like a lot, and I haven't played too much against it. Excited to play against it. So hoping to hit a land and also go Prismatic Ending. The Mending left me down. I have found that the Junsack deck can just tank Archon pretty well. That's definitely been my experience. Archon is not just like a win the game card. Unearth Grist. Boy, oh boy. Good turn. Yeah, even if we're just the Grist is just so good against the Archon. Our hand's just completely non-functional. I think we're just moving on. So Serra's Emissary can die to Grist and can die to Bombardment. Might still be fine. Their Graveyard Hate is Endurance, and so Teferi is going to be our answer to that. I'll bring in Gutshot against the Ragavan Hierarch deck. I don't really want these Chalices though. So maybe I will play the Emissary. They don't have a ton in the sideboard for this matchup. I might play the Teferi. Don't think Vindicate's great. Don't think Force is good. Yeah, I'll just play a couple Vindicates, I guess. Yeah, the 400 subs already happened. I gifted them to Prince, though. I didn't gift them to my chat. I gifted them to Prince. I'll probably keep this on the draw. I don't think I can keep on the play. I can keep this one. Put back the second ending. No, I'm not playing Ashen Rider on account of the card being big, stinky, big, bad. That's the main concern there. Dude, Faithful Mending Gutshot's a combo because you gain 2 life and then you lose 2 life. So essentially, so it's good to only have 4 animation targets with the 8 reanimation spells. Well, you have Unmarked Grave to put the targets in the yard, right? Like each of those should count as one, you know. Little Bow Sheep, thank you for Twitch Prime. I think I'll discard the Swamp since Swamp doesn't let us double spell next turn anyways. Maybe that's kind of bad with the gifts in my hand, but we got lucky. We also only have 6 reanimation spells, so I don't know what you mean by 8 reanimation spells either. Do I want to cast the Mending now? I don't really like that it like tells my opponent exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, me giving the subs to Prince was a surprise. I revealed it at the very end of the stream, but I decided that I was going to do it a little bit ahead of time. Ooh. Okay, also, all in all, this is not so bad. If we just draw land, then we get 2 gifts for Rites Archon. Dade, 1 year anniversary. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, Mana. And thanks again for all your coverage of the Raves. You did a really good job. No, I didn't gift any subs to my channel. All 401, because K Dorse was like, Spike, can you gift another 100? I didn't gift a sub, so I gifted K Dorse a sub too for being so funny. And I didn't gift any to myself, but I also got a lot of gifted subs from chat. Yeah, I gifted all 400 to Prince at 401. And I kept it a surprise. I ignored any comment asking, "Hey, you should give Prince some subs too" as part of this. So I ignored all of them with the intention of having it be like a bit of a nice surprise, you know. All right, no endurance, no endurance, no endurance. Grist is really bad for us too because they just get to kill the Archon. Yeah, this is like they just get to kill the Archon like very freely here. I think I still have to just... I think I still do this. It's like the Bloodghast, get back Bloodghast, sack the Bloodghast to Grist, kill Grist. Dave, did I thank you for your 1 year? I'm not sure. Either way, thanks. Okay, Gutshot can kill Grist. We can also kill Bloodghast, and then they'd have to sack Endurance instead. Is that better? Probably just want to kill the Grist. Are you gonna play Zombies or Elves? Not yet, just Reanimator so far. I think this is going to be the last Reanimator League. Alright, this is a little greedy. I think I got shot the monkey, I'm not sure. Not going to bounce Endurance. Okay, that can Prismatic Ending Grist, or Endurance, I guess. They also have Bloodghast in the yard. Yeah, we're pretty behind. 2 cards in hand. I mean, I think this Jund Sack deck is really, really good. I'm going to play Blue-Black Lurrus Control. No, time doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll play some, for sure. I'm gonna be focused mostly on the new cards from the new set though, for like a little while. So I guess I can take 5, 6, 7, and then instant speed Persist, which keeps it safe from the Grist. Y2 Rites. With Mending in the deck, you're like actually pretty happy to draw the first copy of Rites, when in the past you really didn't want to draw it that often. And I think you want to go up a reanimation spell in general too, and I've been pretty happy with the addition. Discard another Unearth. Surprised they didn't go Unearth Devil than Unearth Spyro. I should have responded to the Bloodghast trigger to make them discard their last card. I guess they would have discarded Bloodghast though. So we need to persist before combat so their Bloodghast lose haste. I think they're dead. Yeah, you did miss the gifting, but I didn't gift the subs to myself. I gifted them to Prince. Oh no, they have Endurance. We can Prismatic Ending. Or I guess just block the Endurance. Yeah, they can't afford to attack with Endurance here. Yeah, I saw the accusations. I don't want to get into any drama, to be honest. I feel like even have enough information to make an informed opinion. I'm still forming my opinion, and I'm probably just not going to comment on it either way. Just not really my place to say anything. You guys can look into it for yourself and form your own opinion. And that's the last thing I'm going to say about it, so please don't go, what drama? What drama? What accusations? Spike, I know you just said please, you're not going to talk about it. But what is it? Tell me. This matchup's pretty bad. We got a game there. I probably have to keep this. Spike, it's kind of rude for you to do no drama here when you know that we as Twitch chat love drama. And it's kind of rude for you to keep the drama away from us. So, gonna need you to cough up the drama, Spike. No, you're good, Matthew. It's fine. It's fine. Dude, the 2-life Unmending is so freaking good. I'm not memeing when I'm saying that like this 2-life just it matters so much. Do you think I should stream the meta at all? It'll be impactful to some extent, in my opinion. How impactful is like definitely to be determined. Yeah, I mean, who cares about the modern meta though until they unban Golos and EDH? I'm really just not that focused on it. I can't focus on anything modern related until they unban Golos and EDH. So expect the comment to be half-hearted and uninspired for a little bit. But Spike, it was already half-hearted and uninspired. I think so. My opponent's got Coco here. I'm going to counter the Coco and hope they don't also have Endurance. But if they do have Endurance, we can maybe play Teferi first and not lose our Persist. Still lose the Archon in the yard, probably. Is it only banned in Brawl? No. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it was also banned in EDH. Like just a few days ago. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm as outraged as you are. I'll tell you that. I will not rest. I will not sleep. I won't even shower or brush my teeth or put on deodorant until Golos is unbanned. I'm sorry, Esther, but this is really how it has to be. I think I have to stand for something I believe in. Yikes! 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 So we have to bounce Endurance because it says haste. Okay, so we go to 1, and then if we find Archon off Mending, we have a chance. They're sitting both at me. Archon, Archon, Archon. Let's go. I guess we can gain 2 more life, actually, and not be dead. Just the stupid Endurance is going to get me. We're not dead, thanks to Mending. We lose to Bombardment, Ren and 6, Ragavan. Oh wait, they have Ragavan, right? Yeah, sorry, I forgot about the Ragavan. Gutshot doesn't save me. Okay. Bummer. Yeah, I built that one a little too well, huh? On the draw. The Chalice is a bit worse on the draw. We have 2 of them. I think I'm going to send that one back. Yeah, it's also like a little weird. I guess let's keep this, put back the rights. Okay, so I thought they were living in for a second. But they're food. I haven't seen these food decks in a long time, but I've seen 2 of them today. It's been kind of weird. We'll probably do the Reclamation deck tomorrow. Probably don't need to hold up Counter Magic on turn 3 here. More so want Counter Magic for Archon, or so for Urza potentially. Rhino's best deck in the format? It's got like a lot of targets on its head. It's also kind of like Rhinos beats itself a lot because the deck it is like not super inconsistent, but it's like really easy to just like get flooded out or mana screwed twice in the league and lose a match or two. And you have a lot of like targets on your head, but Rhinos is a very good deck. I'm not trying to dispute that. I do think I'm gonna hold up Counterspell here. Play the Elves deck. Yeah, I think we're gonna play the Elves deck next. That seemed to be like what people are interested in. I think we're gonna finish this league and then do like 1 League of Elves, then 1 League of Zombies is my plan for today. And then tomorrow maybe we'll try Reclamation, and the Phoenix deck, and then Friday I've got like a brew I'm working on that I will hope to have play tested a little bit by then, but I'm not sure I'll have had time. And then we'll also be playing your pet deck, Chatter. Dear Chatter will be playing your pet deck as well, so stay tuned. Yeah, Reclamation got I don't know the name of the card, but it's 4 mana. You look at the number of top cards equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it, so 4, and then you put 2 of those into your hand, and then you can flash it back for 7. And when you do that, you look at the top 7. You get to dig through time. I feel like that card is perfect. Perfectly fits in Reclamation decks. We already have we've got a really good Reclamation shell that we've been playing anyway, so it's just kind of like an easy addition. I'm pretty excited for it. Memory Deluge, yeah, thank you. I'm always really bad at remembering the name of new cards. So let's get Persist, Rites, Mending, I think a land. So we can because we need 5 mana to go to cast the Rites if they put that in my hand. So I guess we get the Castle Vantress. Mana's tricky at Arclight, especially if you continue with Iteration. Yeah, I'm not going to play Iteration. I'm going to play. You need to play Mending, and you need to play Faithful Salvaging as your 2 2 mana spells. You can't afford to play Iteration in Phoenix. I think you need, because like the good looters are 2 mana. You can't afford to just have a million 2 mana spells. You really can't afford to have very many 2 mana spells, to be honest. Throw in Discovery? No, that card's not that good. 8 2 mana looting effects is like plenty. It's even like maybe 1 too many. You could like cut the 4th copy of Salvaging. No Charter Course of Phoenix. It's worse than the other 2. It's like you can't. I think 8 is the right number of 2 mana looting enablers. You could play 7. You could play 9. I think 8 is the right number. And I've played a lot of these decks, so this is I think I'm in my element here.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
Just plus and pass. Is this should have wide for Prismatic, mainly for Ending? It's mainly for Faithful Mending, but you also get access to Ending, and I don't know how many you play. Or if you main deck it or not. I'm going to be working on it. This food deck sure does make a lot of food, huh? Yeah, I am planning on playing DRC in Phoenix. I am planning on it. So we have instant speed, Rites, flashback, plus counterspell up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try Dimmy Lich over Murktide, but either one's probably fine. Nope. Yeah, there's a lot of good Mexican food in my area. I'd say so. This looks pretty good to me. I think you have to keep this one. So if we draw a white source, we just get to go Mending into Persist. Or on the draw. Yeah, I had one Snapcaster in my first draft. I just think the card's like a little slow. And just Mending makes your gifts really good. Oh, their top card was Hallowed Fountain, bummer. Yeah, but Mending just makes your gifts already really good. I don't think they need to be better. Or Needle. Might lose this game. Isn't Chalice 1 still good against them? Yeah, I actually think you're right. I've been playing against these food decks that often, but this is my second time today, I guess. Well, they can get a Daredevil in their yard. I think you wanted to respond to the cookbook activation and return both Daredevil to that actual card. Dude, did you not see me get to counterspell the Urza there? Did you not see me counterspell Urza and not lose the game because they got to have like 20 mana after Urza resolved? Oh, I couldn't even hear Esther choking. I guess she's responding in chat. She's okay. My music is too loud to hear Esther choking. Yeah, Esther's working from home now with her new job, so I think she's going to be a bit more active in chat. Would Phoenix ever go blue-white and cut red looting spells? Could. You lose Salvaging, you lose DRC. You probably need to leave, like, you need, like, one red source, one, like, fetchable red source to hardcast Phoenix, but that's not that big a deal. Yeah, I'll look. I'll try to build the deck that way. I like the suggestion. All right, this is good. Game 3. I like the suggestion though. I'm just like trying to think about how to build the deck in that way. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking Chalice isn't that good against them. I maybe don't want the full 4, but I do want access to the card. Let's play 3. Jeskai Pyromancer with Salvaging. Do you mean Young Pyromancer? Because that card sucks. I'm sorry. I love Young Pyromancer, but it's not modern playable anymore. And I don't think it's really. I mean, I guess it was playable in like Mardu Pyromancer, but it's like Salvaging and Looting are very different cards. Or sorry, Mending and Looting are very different cards. Maybe not. Maybe very different is an exaggeration, but it's like one's a 1-mana sorcery, the other's a 2-mana instant. One is red, one's blue-white. They're very different. Karate Dom, I've said this a few times, but I'm not commenting on the accusations, the drama accusations. People can form their own opinions, but I'm not making a comment. You're good, Karate, it's fine. I feel like I'm gonna have to say it a few more times. And then people are like, Spike, feed me the drama! Tell me what the drama is! I know you just said no drama, but you need to feed it to me. Spike, I need the drama! Trying to make the like veins pop in my neck. I can't do it. I could do it if I was, streaming for 10 hours probably. Spike, it's very rude of you and inconsiderate to know that chat loves drama and not give the drama to chat. And I don't know. Yeah, it's also like, why do people keep asking me about this other drama when Golos is still banned?
Golos is still banned. It's been the full 24 hours. I gave Wizards without any response. And I just don't know what the next steps are, but I'm fuming. Oh no, I do know what the next steps are. Sorry, and an active protest for Golos still being banned. I've already announced this. I forgot. I'm not showering. I'm not putting on deodorant. I'm not brushing my teeth, and I'm not doing anything until they unban Golos. I'm sorry, Esther. It just needs to be done. It just needs to be done. I hope you understand. That really the only person who suffers with this is Esther. No. I just was hoping she was still in chat. And this is a burden I'm willing to bear, and Esther will bear it with me. No Golos, no hygiene. Exactly. I don't really want explosives on 0 since it blows up my own Chalice, but I guess I'll discard a land anyways because we got enough lands. Thought that might happen. If we draw a land, we can Unmarked Grave for rights, and so they do need another Counterspell. They've got 4 cards. Not unlikely. Spike doing another trophy race. I haven't decided or announced anything. Like the other trophy race just ended. I'm like still like kind of recovering from the marathon streams. I'm not doing it, but I'm also just kind of going to focus the content back to brewing and playing with the new Innistrad cards is going to be the focus for like the next week before we decide if we're doing it again. Hunt City 3 months, appreciate you. Yeah, I need a break from even thinking about it for a little bit. Yeah, race ended up we 42 trophies, Prince 44 trophies. We ended up losing. I gifted the 400 subs to Prince instead of myself. Thoughts on Werewolf Tribal? They have a lot of cards. Say draw a card could be good. Probably not. Probably not very good. They just tend to be like very mana. The mana cost of werewolves are pretty high, and they tend to die to removal pretty hard. And they also don't have particularly good tribal payoffs either, for the most part. Yeah, if a mod can, I think Mana Symbol updated the exclamation point trophy race command. So if you type that in chat, that's the results too. You don't want me to tell that story, do you, Esther? You sure about that one? I'm going to jam Teferi against the Rhino's deck on turn 3 on the play. Obviously, they can't have Force, but it's fine. I'm going to make sure Esther confirms that she wants me to tell that before I say what happened. But it is pretty funny. I just thought she might be a little embarrassed. Yeah, the record tracker broke. It basically breaks every single set release and then is fixed in the next day or two. Okay, so it was my day off yesterday, right? I took the day off after streaming, and streaming, like 40 hours or something in 3 days. Well, I guess not quite that much. But I went to the donut shop. I picked Esther up some coffees too. And then she's like, Everett, could you make me some coffee? And I'm like holding her coffee in the hand. I said, yep, but I just put it on the table. And then she's like, okay, and then could you do me a favor? Could you go to the store? Because they didn't ship my MacBook with with a charging brick. It's only like the USB cord. They didn't ship it with the charging cord, and I'm really upset about it. But if you could go pick me up one, because Apple always makes you buy extra stuff, because her job shipped her a MacBook for her to use at home, and I was like, I just walked over. She just didn't know what the charging brick looked like, but it was just right there on the table, and then I was like, here it is. I don't need to go anywhere. Awesome pseudo. I hope so too. Yeah, they did ship it with the power brick. Esther just didn't know what it looked like, and so it was just sitting right there on the table, and I was like, well, here it is. And I just solved two. Like, Esther asked me to do 2 things, and I just solved them both in 30 seconds total, which is way faster than it usually takes me. Yeah, and that's worth 3 trophies, so I actually won the race. Did I do a CB article on Modern Playables Midnight Hunt? No, I posted a Twitter post. I did a couple preview articles or little brief snippets, and then I'll be writing a deck guide for this deck, and then a deck guide on another Innistrad deck next. They'll be done at some point this week. They bounced Chalice and not Archon. It's kind of bold, unless they have the 3rd Brazen Borrower, right? They have the 3rd Borrower. Did CFB hook me up with a proper computer for streaming? I mean, no, but I also didn't start streaming when CFB picked me up. Like, I already had a good PC for streaming. I don't know why they would need to give me one. They also don't pay me to stream. They pay me to record a video and write articles. Chat. Why does Magic Online always break after a set release? Okay, the wallpaper. I posted it to Twitter. It's Ornstein and Smo, and they're carrying Colossus Hammer and Shadow Spear, which is, I think, pretty on point. But if you dig deep enough on my Twitter, you can find it. So it's got the Mendings, and then I think the Gifts. Pretty clean sideboarding. Yeah, I'm very excited for Elden Ring. Although I really want to finish Sekiro before then. Oh, also, I heard rumors that Bloodborne for PC was happening. Does anybody know details on that? Because I want to play that too. I just don't have a PlayStation. Yeah, the bet is over. We lost. It's not happening? Okay, I must have just misunderstood. We can keep this against Rhinos. Have I played The Witcher? I have played a little bit of it. The problem is that I don't like the gameplay very much, so I didn't finish, but maybe I'll finish at some point.
Yesterday I forgot to bring this chair to my room.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you took the stuff off the chair?
Yeah.
And then you just didn't take the chair.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you told me to get the stuff off of you.
Oh yeah. I've got another chair here. It's my old chair. And then I had my some clothes on it, and then Esther came in and picked off the clothes, put them on me, and I was like, "You take the clothes off of me," and then she didn't get the chair.
I got distracted. You distracted me. How dare you?
Tater 7 months, appreciate ya. It's Spin Footfalls.
Are human. Fix them.
Archon of Cruelty is real good. It's a good draw. Yeah, to be honest, a lot of people like different things, right? But like a big appeal to The Witcher is that you have to spend a lot of time figuring out what you have to put, what weapons you have to use against the monster, tracking the monster. But I don't know. It's just like a lot of boring conversations, and I don't know. I found that part to be really boring. I just want to fight the monster. I just want to get in there, play the game. But that's just me, right? If you like that stuff, obviously there's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to play the game. Isn't that most of Dark Souls? Not really. Like in Dark Souls, you get to. I feel like in Dark Souls, you get to just pick a weapon and use it for like most of the game, if not the entire game. Usually. At least that's how I play it. I think I'm going to pass back Flashback Mending into turn. No, never mind. We don't need to counterspell this turn, but next turn we're going to go counterspell this and maybe have a big fight. So I think that we can we should cast the Grave this turn, and then next turn start holding a bunch of stuff up. Mending's been really good so far. I haven't played Hollow Knight, but I would like to. That one looks pretty good. Well, I'm gonna start casting. Yeah, I think I'll do an Elden Ring playthrough when it comes out on stream, because I'm going to be playing it after the regular Magic content anyways. So I'll probably just like do regular Magic stream, then transition to Elden Ring. So they're pitching Force of Negation, I think, here because they have Endurance. Force of Negation pitch Force. Yeah, they must have Endurance here. So let me just let this go. I think we let that one go too. I love these counterspells. Because I bought the Gen Con account. I can just choose any art, so I spend some time picking the best ones. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Hollow Knight. A couple of streamers I really like the game, and I would hope to get to play it at some point. Yeah, so like yesterday I really tried to get into a video game, but I don't know. I've got like the Mass Effect Remastered that I've been wanting to play. I really liked the game back when, before the remaster. I liked the originals a lot. But I don't know, just like yesterday I had a hard time like focusing. I was just so tired, so maybe when I have a little bit more energy I'll get into something else. Gen Con account so available. Yeah, I think they're going like until the end of the week, maybe next week. I think they went on yesterday, so they just started. New Pathfinder came out? Like a new Pathfinder expansion? My friends are talking about that. I'm honestly like, I don't like Pathfinder that much, but I just like playing, RPG systems with my friends. But I don't know, Pathfinder 2e, it's not bad, but I think there's a lot of like over like complicated for no reason elements of the system that I don't like. Awesome, yo mom, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, the last day of the race was really good. So I still think they have Endurance. The Pathfinder game, non-expansion, Wrath of Righteousness. I guess I don't know what that is then. Alright, 3-1, feeling pretty good. I did trophy with this deck last night. I could probably keep this. Lots of splashing red for duration. Make this a 4-color Reanimator deck. I wouldn't want to do that. Like Mending is like, how many 2-mana filtering spells can you afford to play
And Mending is like a lot better than Iteration in this deck. They look like they're just blue-red Murktide. I'll play Chalice in one here. Probably getting countered. Not today. CMIS, I'm still working on it. Hey, hopefully sometime this week though. Yeah, it might have been fine to counter that. But I think I'd rather either save the counterspell for an opposing counterspell on like a reanimation for Archon, or a counterspell at Murktide this turn. Why not the Flooded Strand? Why would I play the Flooded Strand here? I just take extra damage for no reason, right? Oh yeah, it is. It's a plains. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I know it's a bit confusing. Get a Yards in the yard. I think we're gonna play the new Elves deck next. We'll see. And yeah, I think we'll probably play that, and then I think like throwing the counterspell here because they can't really fight over it because they need to hold up counterspell for my rights. I could just pass it back. Flashback Mending, or yeah, Flashback Mending. I think Azorius Murktide would be remotely possible. Probably not Murktide, but maybe Azorius, like blue-white based Phoenix with a very light splash, just to hardcast Phoenix is kind of interesting to me. Someone in chat brought that up earlier, and I kind of like the idea. I thought I only had one. Well, I guess we're not casting the Mending into that. Yeah, but like blue-white based Phoenix might just like have more consistent mana. And you play Charter Course over Salvaging, but Salvaging is better, and like you probably want to play Bolt, you might want to play Dart, so I guess I'm just not sure. Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know why. Yeah, never mind. You need to play Manamorphose. You need to play 4 Manamorphose, obviously. I don't know why I was just kind of blanked on that. Never mind. Two life, poggers. Give me back my Persist. Yeah, I think we're gonna play Elves next. I haven't played it yet on stream. Pretty excited for it. Someone said that they play tested the list I posted and they liked it. Paul only has 6 more cards in their hand. Yeah, I need to delete the plugs. How many pitchables for Force? Let me double check. Hold on. I'm just jamming here. Oh, it resolved? Sick. Probably gets heated though. But it's a start. Yeah, for blue cards for Force, we have 4 Counterspell, 4 Mending, 3 Teferi, 2 Gifts, and the other 2 Force. So 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is like bare minimum, but I think it's enough. I guess I do have Force up here. Yeah, that was our second Unburial Rites. We've already cast 2. We're at 20 life thanks to all the incidental life gain from Mending and stuff. Here we do get to go to Teferi. You have a Force of Negation that can't fight over it if they do still have a Counterspell, which I guess they do.
And we unfortunately can't instant speed Prismatic Ending on Ragavan. I could have held that to loot away because we can. It's fine. It's fine. You'll just plus. Yeah, Mending's been really good. Thoughts on Lingering Souls and Sideboard? You could play it. Like, this is, very much like the first draft of the deck. I imagine things are going to change. I also imagine they're going to bolt the Teferi here. Oh, they're attacking me, so maybe they have a heat. Maybe they just don't care about the Teferi that much. I was going to try to play around that by minusing, but we knew they had the Ragavan. Just draw Mending. That's good. Don't have to Unmarked Grave for it. Just gonna make them have more counter magic. They've used a lot of counter spells. They've used 3 counter spells, a charm, and a pierce. What's felt bad in the deck? The deck hasn't felt bad. I've liked the deck so far. I 5-0'd with my very first league with it last night. In fact, I'm like really feeling the main deck at the moment. The sideboard probably needs a little tweaking, as it always. As like the first time you build a sideboard with any deck, it's always going to be needing to be changed, or almost always. Can hardcast it as Archon net, next turn. So do I flashback Mending? I think I'm going to wait because I'm just going to play my land and hardcast here. We're at 20. We're at a really high life total too. Oh, they found another counterspell? Okay, but they're out of cards. How many persists do we have left? Not that many. Just 2. 2 persists left. No rights left. Did you Murktide? Okay, so we do have like a lot of looks. There are 23 cards. Yeah, no rights left. We've already flashback both. Yeah, I know the exile to persist. We have 1 in graveyard, 1 in exile, so still 2 left in the deck. That's not a bad one. So I guess let's cast that first, since it gives us 1 more look with the Mending. Okay, pass back. They also didn't flash in their Borrower in response. 23 life. One in the exile, 1 drag. Yeah, we have 1 persist in the graveyard, right? And then 1 in exile. Only 2 left in the deck. And then I think 1 Archon, which you can hardcast left in the deck. Yeah, 1 Archon. So 3. No Archons. No Archons left in the deck. I don't like the Priest. I don't know. I've been really unimpressed with Priest in the past. But if you want to play it, like, I'm not going to stop you. Obviously, there is some value to it, right? They really have their top to the counterspell? Seems like they did. Oh, it's a Thought Scour. They're thinking about who to Thought Scour here. They have 1 more look at a counterspell. But if this resolves with the Chalice one in play, it's really hard for them to deal with because they can't Unholy Heat anymore. Oh, Ragavan and Archon? Jeez, yeah. They can block Archon with Murktide Regent, I guess. What is this attack? I don't understand that attack at all. Did they draw another Borrower? No, that's not even good then. Mending's been really good, Vox. Yeah, what was this attack? I think they just assumed that their Murktide attack would be good, but they could have just like easily have blocked this. I was kind of in trouble. Yeah, Mending's been really good so far. Alright, so we want to bring in Flusterstorms, Gut Shots. Magic Online's been kind of crashing doing sideboarding. It's always like release days that it just struggles. Out here struggling. bring in the gut shots, the Flusterstorms. I want to cut the Force of Negations. I think I'd like to cut the 4th Archon of Cruelty. Cut the gifts. Seems pretty good to me. You explain that it's the desktop background is a Dark Souls boss that uses a hammer. They use a hammer and a sword, or sorry, a hammer and a spear, and just like Colossus Hammer and Shadow Spear. And just a funny goof. This is a plains for those thinking it's a swamp. Yeah, I mean these lands look so cool, but they are kind of confusing, huh? You could build this deck without Chalice, but you would have to completely rebuild the deck, in my opinion. It wouldn't be like just a clean swap. I think I'm supposed to cast the Unmarked Grave. If I had Counterspell up, maybe I would. Just hold up Mending / Counterspell. No Mystical Dispute. I'm playing Flusterstorm over Mystical Dispute in the sideboard because it works. I mean, Dispute also works with Chalice, but Flusterstorm is way better against Cascade decks. So you can maybe try to Mending into a land and go Persist with Counterspell up. I feel like you're cutting the 4th Archon consistently. It would be reasonable to swap it for something else in the main deck. Well, we're cutting the 4th Archon because it like just tends to get worse post board, where people are going to be bringing in more graveyard hate, right? That's why I'm cutting it. I think it's good to have in the main deck. Is this deck worth buying in paper? I cannot determine worth for you. You know, worth it is going to be different for, will mean different things for different people, but I like this deck. I'm probably going to buy it in paper, but I already have most of the pieces. If Mending is so good, why did you discard it just now, huh, Spike? I think I can basic Swamp here. The only other creature I have in the sideboard is Serra's Emissary. I think it's the only other one worth playing. How many decks do I want in paper? I think as for modern decks, I have I've looked at a pretty big collection, and I can build a lot of different decks, but not every single one. But I'm not sure exactly the answer to that question. All right, land Persist. Pretty nutty. We did it earlier. 9, 10, 11. Revelry's been solid. I'm not sure that the sideboard needs it, but I mostly have it in the sideboard of this deck to test out, you know. But it's been solid so far, I'd say. We might not even be super live even if we draw Persist here, right? Especially if they plus. Yeah, probably gonna have to settle this in game 3. Aspiring Spike Jr., thanks for the sub. I think I like my sideboard plan. Where's the trophy leader tracker? The race is over. We ended up losing at 42 to 44. But the race is over, so I have taken down the tracker. For now. Well, Chalice is good, but I don't think it's so good. I just want to keep a hand that's just Chalice YOLO. Morgan, thanks for Twitch Prime. I do have a trophy so far this season. It's really funny because I just couldn't get anything going on Tuesday, and then on just last night I just recorded my channel Fireball video, and it was just like an easy breezy, everything went right trophy. That's just how she goes sometimes. Yeah, I think we had a really rough day on Tuesday and Monday. Is what it is. Dragon, thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate ya. Alright, pretty happy that they forced that because I have a second one. Yeah, we did lose the race, but it was well fought. I think we played really well, especially for how long we were playing too. It was a good time. Yeah, 42 trophies in the season is pretty absurd, right? We had a good season. Had a pretty good hand this game too. So did my opponent, gosh. I assume they just stacked this correctly. Could you guess who this is? Well, my child, probably. Oh no, they messed it up. Chat, they messed it up. I can't do anything about it. I can't stop this stack from resolving this way. Sorry, opponent. They accidentally targeted their own spell with Flusterstorm here. I think maybe ordinarily I would play around a counterspell here, but let's just like give our opponent a bone, huh? Either in this game now or keep playing. Flusterstorm cannot target Chalice. It can only target instants or sorceries. Yeah, Flusterstorm definitely can be a hard card to resolve. Well, they accidentally targeted one of their copies of Flusterstorm with their Flusterstorm. It was the problem with how they did it there. Yeah, you cannot target Chalice with Flusterstorm. It's not a legal target. Only instants or sorceries. But ordinarily, you could just target the spell. Yeah. If it's a legal target. They have a petty theft they could get out of this. They showed it to us last game. Well, don't Murktide, opponent. It's just you just get sacked to the Archon. I guess that's just them conceding. Alright, so 4-1 that league. I'm liking this deck. We'll play more of it at some point this week, I think, but I do want to move on to some other new ideas we have with the Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Let's open these chests, though. Okay, Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, some much-needed play points. Scepter of Fugue. Cool. And so now I want to play some Rite of Harmony Elves. I'll go ahead and